many people mad at a call that was technically right in Game 6 of Major League Baseball's World Series? It was the right call, but a bad rule.
No, I disagree with the bad rule. Guys get their wrists broken in that situation. I have no problem with the rule. Here's my biggest issue with it. If Brad Peacock of the Astros makes a good throw, we never talk about this play again. But because the throw was inside, the throw was essentially aimed at Trey Turner, and the glove goes flying, because if the glove doesn't go flying, nothing's called. Sam Holbrook at home plate does not call it. We never talk about that play again if it's a good throw by Brad Peacock.
Well, but
that's the insanity of that play to me.
You're eliminating one thing. It was also a bad stretch at first base.
Why was it a bad stretch?
Well, because you could either go behind the runner or go in front of the runner once you see the runner sprinting on the inside of the base path, which we all know Trey Turner does on purpose. Even though he's a right-handed batter, he is doing it to cut off 45% of that throw, to block it off with his back.
Well, you're assuming Yuli Gurriel sees that. Yuli Gurriel is making a beeline towards Peacock.
No, but kids are taught at a young age
that
you move away from the base path,
valid, but I'm not saying
so that you can make a catch and give Brad Peacock a better place to throw that ball.
So if Gurriel saw that coming, why didn't he do it?
Who's got my back? Oh, wait a second. Here's Josh Donaldson on Twitter. That's as bad as it gets, rewarding a bad stretch and a bad throw.
To me, that's tough blaming the stretch in Gurriel. That's a tough blame on that.
How much first base have you played in your life?
Probably 13 seasons. I was a teammate of Justin Morneau's for a long time.
Remember, I'm a lefty. I played a little bit of first base.
You did play lefty. You did. Brad Peacock. It begins and ends with Brad Peacock. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous.
It's a bad stretch, too.
But the stretch is irrelevant if the throw is on.
All right, let's talk about the rule because you don't know what you're talking about. When running the last half of the way to first base while the ball is being fielded in the vicinity of first, a base runner must stay within the 3-foot runner's lane to the right of the foul line unless they are avoiding a player fielding a batted ball. If you go by the letter of the law, this is the right call.
Correct.
That's why I often use the phrase, the spirit of the rule, because oftentimes people who become referees and umpires are letter of the law types, and in real life, I find that annoying.
I do hate letter of the law.
I hate it. A rule, you can recite it, but ask for common sense, and they simply go back to the rule. You know the people I'm talking about, and if you don't, you're probably one of them.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's very true.
And then they go to review. Or did they?
Okay, let's get into this.
Because I don't want to spend too much time saying whether or not the stretch was right. I thought Trey Turner ran on the inside of the base pass because his entire life he's been a fast guy and he knows exactly what he's doing.
He did the exact same thing in the first inning, by the way. Let me empty the tank on that. Trey Turner did the exact same thing in the first inning. He ran to the left side of the first baseline. He touched grass. It was the exact
He touched
same.
what?
He touched grass.
Oh, okay.
Right?
All right. I thought we were getting into something
It's the
completely
exact
different.
same play. All right? The difference here, Alex Bregman makes a throw, and there's no real interference anywhere. It's the same. His left foot is closer to second than it is to first.
Well, let's remember, while we're talking about this on TV and radio, that the first base, is in fair territory.
Correct.
And you're being asked to run in foul territory, which never happens. But the only time that it matters is on a swinging bunt situation and or a bunt situation towards the first base line. And that's when smart players get their ass in the way, knowing that you have to make a more accurate throw to first base.
I agree with everything you're saying. Let's move on to the review or non-review. Because this is where I'm really upset.
Okay.
We're in a world where we believe instant replay is going to fix everything. Okay?
Yep.
Idiots think that way.
Robot umpires. We were talking about robot umpires coming out of Game 5.
Morons believe that.
Not that you could have a robot umpire for this.
Okay?
Morons
believe that.
Believe that VAR will fix everything or
Yes.
video review will fix everything?
Yes.
Okay.
By the letter of the law, you couldn't review that last night.
Correct.
Let's go by I'll be the letter of the law guy for a second.
Okay.
By the letter of the law, you can't review that last night.
So what did they do?
They went to video review back in Chelsea, New York at the MLB Review Center for 4.5 minutes. And when it was done, Sam Holbrook put his hand in the air and said he's out. Now, that reeked of a review to me, and to most people watching at home and inside Minute Maid Park.
Well, Joe Torre was there. He could tell us what happened.
Oh, good, great idea, Tim. Listen, we have guys. Do we have the Joe Torre clip? The chief baseball officer of Major League Baseball. Joe Torre went to the podium last night. Tim, everyone had a lot of questions. Obviously,
yeah.
Everybody wanted to know what the hell, why on a play you can't review because it's a judgment call. Are you on the horn with Chelsea, New York, for 4.5 minutes?
Well, it's a good thing that Joe Torre was there.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Well, Joel Sherman was there. Joel Sherman posed the question. I'm sure we're going to get a nice, clear, concise answer from a man who's been in the game for literally decades. Here it is.
Joe, when you say they're trying to reach someone on the headset, who are they talking to?
They call replay.
So Chelsea is interpreting the rule?
No, they went and told. I basically, it's a World Series. We want to double and triple check ourselves, and that's basically what they said that Davey wanted to protest. I made the call. It was a judgment call. They said to the umpires, it's a judgment call, and you can't protest.
I have no idea what that man just said.
He was holding the rule book in his hand. It must be known for those listening on radio. While he said that,
He's authoritative.
while Joe Torre spoke,
He's authoritative.
He was holding his finger in a spot in the rule book where they were pointing to Rule 509A11.
No idea what he was talking about. I have no idea what he was talking about.
You know what happened when they put the headset on, right?
A review happened on a play that shouldn't have been reviewed, and he got caught and didn't know how to explain it off in front of a national media. That's what happened last night. Baseball lied to everybody. That should not have been reviewed last night.
But you know what happened? There was a shred of common sense that was played by the umpires.
Wait a second.
By those people who go by the letter of the law, and they put on the headset, just like if the referees on the Immaculate Reception back in the day, Franco Harris, Pittsburgh Steelers, had the ability to do, they would have done. And what they did in that slice of common sense was they went to Chelsea and said, how bad is this?
So two guys on the line are talking to each other going, how do we get out of this? Is that what you're saying they talked about?
What just happened and what should we do? Is the call right? Is it terrible? Can he challenge? All of those things, they don't pop up in every game. That's why Joe Torre's holding the rule book like an idiot who's way past his prime, because he hasn't realized that everyone on Twitter has already tried this case and come out with a verdict. Like, before he walks into that room, he thinks he's dropping knowledge when he walks into that room.
Drop something.
And everyone has already tried the case on the internet. They have presented the rule that he thinks he's coming and unveiling to everybody, and they have come up with a verdict that it was called right and that the rule is idiotic. And all those umpires did on that headset was go, how stupid do we look right now? And if they did anything else, I would be remarkably shocked. What can we do to get out of it? Can't do anything? Okay, good. He's out. But I don't know if you're saying you're not reviewing it.
Why are you saying he's out?
Why do you make the out signal?
This is the insanity of what just took place here. I don't understand. If it's a non-reviewable call and it's a judgment call and you're telling Dave Martinez you can't protest this game because that is a judgment call, you can't review it on your own for 4.5 minutes with Joe Torre sitting there. Trey Turner called him out in the Fox cameras. Said, ask Joe Torre. He's right there. Guess what, Trey? Joe Torre doesn't know what's going on either. He can't help anyone. And then Dave Martinez is losing his mind. I thought Dave Martinez might get suspended for that game tonight. He was irate. I can't properly.
If it wasn't the World Series, he probably would.
I would have, right?
Ace wrote in and said it could be possible that they wanted an interpretation of the rule to see if it was reviewable. And that was a lot of what was explained to the national media there, that they wanted the interpretation on the rule.
Right.
But in getting the interpretation, they did all of that. They got the interpretation on the rule.
There's some ghost interpretation.
They wanted to see, they wanted to see how bad the call was. They wanted to see if they were actually right on the rule and right on whether or not they could challenge it. They wanted all of that information, and that's what they got back over the headset.
If the Nationals lost that game last night,
right,
what is today like? Part of me wishes it ended last night, so MLB had to eat it today and try to explain it off. They got lucky with that last night. They may not get so lucky tonight with something. They better get their act together. This is a joke.
Anthony Rendon saved them.
Yep.
Can Sam Holbrook work Game 7?
I mean, I think a lot of people shouldn't be able to work Game 7 after what I saw last night.
Gary Cederstrom was part of that conversation that took part right in front of the Nationals dugout. I have no idea why, after an inning that controversial with that much on stake, that you would have a conference between two umpires in front of the Nationals dugout. Like, what are you taught as a referee everywhere to diffuse situations? Move away. Stay as far away as you possibly can from the dugout. And what happened? Those two chumps decide to have a conversation right in front of the Nationals dugout. And when Dave Martinez came out, did you notice Cederstrom laughing at him?
No.
There was a chuckle, and he says something
You're
to
so
him.
bleeping funny, is what he said to him at one point. Yeah, that would get me going right there. That line alone.
When you are irate and someone laughs in your face, that usually results in what happened with Dave Martinez.
Oh, there's a slap chop involved.
Oh, there is a slap
There's
chop
a huge slap chop involved. Tim.
So both those guys are going to be on the field tonight.
Yeah, they better listen.
And Dave Martinez has not been suspended.
Well, because baseball knows where PR-wise they are. I think finally someone saw a Twitter timeline last night and figured out where exactly they are. Tim, the other part of this I don't understand. Joe Torre last night said a couple times to the assembled media, the call was for the interference at first. Mm-hmm. It's when the glove came off. Joe Torre repeated that numerous times.
Right.
When the glove came off. The Major League Baseball Umpires Association sent out a tweet last night. The correct call, they wrote. The runner is only allowed to exit the lane to touch first base. Turner was not in the lane when he stepped towards first base and interfered. So their emphasis is on the run outside of the restricted area going down to first base.
Correct.
So here's another contradiction in what we're seeing with a league that I don't trust.
Do you really think that Joe Torre knew the rule before he walked in to talk to the assembled masses? Or that he, while watching the game, said, "Get me a rule book so I can go through this"?
I don't think he knew the rule clearly on the field when he was talking to the umpires and the crew chief. I don't think he knew the rule clearly in terms of replay when he sat in front of the media after the game. I was beyond disappointed with how piss poor a guy with his resume handled this. Yeah. His job is he is the chief baseball officer.
The world has changed, though.
Keyword baseball. Figure it out.
The world has changed.
No, I know. But Joe Torre's buddies with people. He needs to figure it out.
There's no way he knew that this was already tried on social media.
That's where someone else probably failed him. Because I'm not expecting him to know that.
Right.
Is Joe Torre on Twitter throughout the whole game? Probably not. Right? So someone's going to help him out there. Someone's going to give him a heads up on the buzzsaw he's walking into. Because I don't think he knew. He talked to Rosenthal after the game. And Ken is a measured, excellent reporter. Mm-hmm. But that room was a little testy when he got in. And there were real questions in there that he couldn't answer. They are so lucky the Nationals didn't lose that game last night.
Two things that stick out to me outside of the rule, unless you'd like to stick there for any reason. No? Okay. You get two off Strasburg in the first. You kind of got to sort of win. Like, you got two off of him in the first inning.
He stopped tipping his pitches. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He was tipping his pitches in the first inning. Pitching coach goes, shake your glove or something. They're seeing your wrist. They're seeing you ready to load,
right?
And they're picking up on it.
But that doesn't matter. Like, you got to make him work regardless. I know he is one of the best pitchers, but he didn't. 102 pitches for 8 1/3 or 8 innings was 102 pitches. He ended up with 106, I think.
104. You had the tweet last night though in that bottom of the seventh when was it you when Strasburg was sitting there for that entire debacle?
Whether or not you send him back out for the ninth.
Comes out and I was like, what 9 pitch inning? 10 pitch inning?
The 5 pitch inning.
Sorry, the 5 pitch inning. Bottom 7.
Yeah.
That, to me, that's the key moment. Because if you're going to get to Strasburg, that's when you're going to get him. When he's watching that Cirque du Soleil going on the field and comes back out to pitch.
Right.
That was a massive moment. Absolutely massive moment.
Did the Nats just have Scherzer up and walking around for intimidation? Like, if you don't get this done, we are unleashing this caged animal on your ass tomorrow.
He was pacing in the bullpen like he drew number 30 in the Royal Rumble, and knew he had a real opportunity to get the main event at WrestleMania.
Right.
Like, Dave Martinez, after the game, for the record, was asked about, were you going to bring in Max Scherzer, who, again, needed a cortisone shot Sunday and couldn't pitch Sunday. His neck was so bad and so stiff. Dave Martinez said if the game was tied or they were down a run, he was going to bring Max Scherzer into that game last night. Anthony Rendon hits the home run. That's not the situation anymore.
Yeah.
But according to Dave Martinez, it was an option. And I'm glad it didn't happen, because now we got this tonight.
Right.
Because now we got this buffet of drama sitting in front of us with an open bar of sports ready to consume tonight.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I know damn well what I'm asking. There'll be a bunch of baseball purists that shake their head immediately at this question, and I understand why, because under no other circumstance would I ever ask this question. But given what the Nationals have been throughout the postseason, given the fact that Dave Martinez trusts his bullpen about as much as I trust you, given the fact that he has been
Hold on. You don't trust me?
No.
Do you have some sad music or something that we can play?
Don't stop this thought, okay? No,
you work with a guy for 20 years.
I trust you on air.
You work with a guy for 20 years.
I trust you on air. Like, when we're out here, I trust you.
I was going to propose taking his kids to hockey this weekend to give him a break.
No, that's not it.
I was going to bring him over for dinner. I was going to make some steak with the slap chop.
Here we go with the slap chop again.
I bought a bike with 2 seats on it. I thought it would be a fun thing to do in the spring.
I was waiting for a 2-seat bicycle?
2-seat bicycle. I'm in the front, obviously.
For what reason?
Never mind. I don't want to continue this conversation. Continue. The old school.
Does Steven Strasburg pitch today?
I think the question you're asking is, can he give you one at bat? Because that's probably it. Right?
I'm asking whether or not you see him. I know they have Anibal Sanchez. I know they have Patrick Corbin.
They have a lot of guys on deck.
You have no idea what you're going to get from Max Scherzer. Anyone who listen, I get it. He pitched with a broken nose. I get it that he is the caged animal that will be unleashed on the Houston Astros tonight. But to predict what the cortisone shot will do to a neck and a back that didn't allow him to get out of bed is ridiculous. You have no idea how many innings you're going to get. And Martinez, even with starters in his bullpen, has been prone to matching. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, he has been prone to looking at the matchups and even going 1 or 2 with the starter in this postseason. Daniel Hudson looks like he is on his very last breath. Like, it would never, ever, ever happen. The closest thing we have ever seen is Madison Bumgarner back in 2014. I believe he went 1-4-7, and he had 5 scoreless relief innings, but he had 3 days after his shutout.
Steven Strasburg
2 days.
Can opt out of his contract after this season. He's scheduled to make another $100 million. Let's play it this way, Tim, to answer your question. You're Steven Strasburg. I'm your agent.
Yep.
Tell me,
that's over.
You're thinking of going one batter tonight. Here we go.
It's over.
Here we go.
But it could be the Nationals.
No, you can't do that.
It could be the Nationals that pay him. He could opt out like Kershaw. You might already have that deal in place.
Yeah, just set it up a little more comfortable for you in a place you're very familiar with. Who knows?
So the World Series is the first best-of-7 in major North American pro sports history, in which the road team has won each of the first 6 games. And since I'm a rocket surgeon, it's never happened in 7. We found one. WHL 2010 first round, Spokane and Portland.
Wow.
The road team won all 7 games. That's the only thing we could find.
It's if the Astros lose 4 home games in this World Series, the fat guy driving the train in left field with the oranges is going to have a rough weekend. Like,
still to come.
Orange, you're glad you stayed for that.
Did you just say orange, you're glad?
Nope.
Oh, my God.